asking, should Americans be prepared for military action? Also, the immigration ban, the new numbers tonight. Tens of thousands of visas revoked. Many of those people right here in America. The terror attack at the Louvre, the man with the machete, on the attack inside the museum. The soldier who opens fire. In this country, the cry for help. The 9-year-old daughter calling 911 from the car, saying her father was driving drunk, she and her sister in the car. The drug lord El Chapo brought to New York City, tonight complaining about his prison conditions. The deadly explosion, the home bursting into flames, a family member inside, authorities on the scene. And Made in America is back tonight, the one Super Bowl ad making its return. The item that could be under your feet.
This is ABC World News Tonight with David Muir.
Good evening, and it's great to have you with us here on a Friday night. And we begin tonight with President Trump taking new action against Iran, saying today, quote, they're not behaving. The president taking action after that ballistic missile test, and this evening, Tehran already responding. Also at this hour, new numbers revealed today showing the scope of the immigration ban so far. Tens of thousands of visas have been revoked under the president's executive order. Many of those people right here in the U.S. But first, that new action against Iran tonight and swift reaction from Tehran. We begin with ABC senior White House correspondent Cecilia Vega.
The president today landing in Florida for a weekend getaway at his winter White House Mar-a-Lago, but not before making good on that threat to put Iran on notice.
They're not behaving.
The White House issuing new sanctions going directly after people and entities tied to Iran's ballistic missile program. We asked today, is this just the beginning? Should Americans be ready for the possibility of military action with Iran? Is that on the table?
Look, I've said this before. The president's been very clear. He doesn't take options off the table, but he understands the impact of something like that.
In a statement tonight, Tehran saying it will respond proportionately and that Iran's missile program is the undeniable and inalienable right of the Iranian nation. As the White House goes on offense against Iran, it is playing defense on the president's controversial extreme vetting executive order, temporarily banning travelers from 7 majority Muslim countries. It is now the subject of multiple lawsuits, and in a Virginia court today, a Justice Department attorney said more than 100,000 visas have been revoked.
Yeah, I mean, the number 100,000 really sucked the air out of my lungs. I think you could almost hear the collective gasp in the courtroom.
The State Department later said the number of people who had their visas revoked is actually about 60,000. But amid the fallout from images like these, families reunited after being detained at airports across the country, the White House initially focused on a much smaller number.
We had 109 people that were temporarily detained. They're all in. But they were temporarily detained to make sure that the safety of the other 324 million Americans was put first. I don't see how that's a big problem.
Tonight, it is becoming increasingly clear tens of thousands of people directly impacted by the new policy. Of the nearly 60,000 who've had their visas revoked, thousands are already here in the country. They won't be deported, but if they leave, they will not be allowed back in. And there are tens of thousands more overseas with visas already in hand who would have been allowed in, but no longer.
And Cecilia Vega with us live from the White House tonight. And Cecilia, the White House says the immigration ban was designed to prevent potential terrorists from coming into the country. But as you reported there, thousands of people who had their visas revoked are already here.
Yeah, and this highlights just how complicated this is, David. Press Secretary Sean Spicer was asked directly today whether people in this country will be deported. He didn't have the details, but we have since learned that they will not be deported. But, David, they should not be expected to come back into this country if they leave. Cecilia Vega leading us off tonight. Cecilia, thank you. Next tonight to one of the president's closest advisors, often the public face of the administration, Kellyanne Conway. Tonight, under fire for a statement she made. Conway in defending the president's immigration ban, citing the Bowling Green massacre by Iraqi refugees. There was never any massacre. Tonight here, her explanation. Here's ABC's chief investigative correspondent, Brian Ross.
Officials tonight in Bowling Green, Kentucky are rushing to assure everyone their town is safe and always has been. That's after White House senior counselor Kellyanne Conway, defending the president's travel ban, claimed Iraqi refugees had carried out a massacre in Bowling Green.
I bet it's brand new information to people that President Obama had a 6-month ban on the Iraqi refugee program after 2 Iraqis came here to this country, were radicalized, and they were the masterminds behind the Bowling Green massacre. I mean, most people don't know that because it didn't get covered.
It didn't get covered because it didn't happen. There was no massacre in Bowling Green, Kentucky, and there never has been a terror attack of any kind there. What did happen, which ABC News first reported, was an FBI sting that caught 2 Iraqi refugees on this undercover tape, convicted of trying to send weapons to Iraq for attacks on U.S. soldiers there. The 2 had managed to get into the country, even though both had known ties to al-Qaeda.
If you're asking my opinion, I would say the system failed.
The arrest of the 2 men, now in prison, led to a 6-month drastic curtailment and overhaul of the Iraqi refugee program in 2011. But it all happened in this quiet town of 60,000 without incident, without bloodshed, without a massacre. Today, on the front page of the Bowling Green Daily News, one word: wrong. It was yet another controversy for the White House counselor, who on inaugural weekend made this memorable claim.
Sean Spicer, our press secretary, gave alternative facts.
Today, on social media, the fake massacre claim went viral, widely mocked, a top trending topic. Chelsea Clinton tweeted this message: "Please don't make up attacks." Conway responded to the uproar today saying she misspoke. "I meant to say Bowling Green terrorists," calling it an honest mistake and pointing to what she called phony outrage.
Brian Ross with us live tonight. And Brian, no massacre, but those arrests in Bowling Green did lead to a change in the vetting process for Iraqi refugees.
That's right, David. There was a top-to-bottom review, which authorities in the Obama administration said fixed the problems, the glaring problems that the Bowling Green case helped to expose. But again, David, there was no massacre in Bowling Green.
Brian Ross with us tonight. Brian, thank you. We have new reporting tonight after the terror attack at one of the world's most famous museums, a man with 2 machetes at the Louvre going on the attack. The suspect is believed to be an Egyptian on a tourist visa, taken down while trying to attack soldiers. At least 1,000 visitors inside the museum at the time, and ABC's Alex Marquardt from Paris tonight.
It's possibly the most famous museum in the world, millions visiting the Louvre every year. Today, that photo of the attacker on the ground, surrounded by soldiers, shot 4 times after charging at them with 2 machetes. The attack happened at the entrance to the shopping mall that's under the Louvre. Hundreds of visitors huddling together before being evacuated. Paris's prosecutor tonight officially calling it terrorism, saying the attacker is a 29-year-old Egyptian who got a tourist visa in Dubai and came to Paris on January 26th. He rented an apartment in an upscale neighborhood and spent almost $700 buying those military-style machetes here in Paris. Tonight, he's in critical condition. This afternoon, we met a group of students from the University of North Carolina visiting for the weekend, undaunted as they walked towards the closed Louvre. Considering everything that's happened in France over the past 2 years, did you have any hesitation coming to visit Paris?
I mean, it's a scary time, but we didn't want to not come just because of the fear of, like, something happening.
That is the prevailing feeling here, that life must go on. France is already at its highest state of alert with stepped-up security everywhere after 3 major terror attacks. Today, that security paid off. David?
Alex Marquardt in Paris tonight. Alex, thanks. There are new questions about a piece of video released by the Pentagon after the deadly terror raid in Yemen. A Navy SEAL was killed. Tonight, military officials explaining the embarrassing mix-up. The U.S. military releasing the bomb-making video seized during the operation, making it public. It was then learned that that video was online and available for everyone to see since 2007. Here's ABC's Chief Global Affairs Correspondent, Martha Raddatz.
It is highly unusual for the Pentagon to release intelligence they find in a raid, and in this case, highly embarrassing. The video clips, according to a Central Command press release, were on a computer seized in the raid and include do-it-yourself lessons for aspiring bomb makers, urging them to attack the West. All true, but all known. The video is nearly 10 years old and has been available on the web since 2007.
It's unfortunate that they rushed to get something out to show that this was a useful raid and ended up undermining their credibility.
CENTCOM quickly removed the video after realizing it had been publicly available. But its release comes as the Pentagon intensifies a review of civilian casualties in the raid. The SEALs met fierce resistance from al-Qaeda fighters in the compound, purportedly seen here, who may have known the Americans were coming. SEAL William Ryan Owens was killed and 3 other Americans wounded. President Trump flew to Dover Air Force Base with his daughter Ivanka this week to receive Owens' body, his first casualty as Commander-in-Chief.
And Martha Raddatz with us live tonight. Martha's been reporting on this all week. Martha, did the Pentagon explain why it posted the video in the first place, if it was nearly 10 years old, and if it was under any pressure to put that video up?
Well, David, first of all, they didn't realize it was already public. A spokesman for Central Command said it was posted to show what al-Qaeda is trying to do every day and why these special operations missions are important. They said there was no pressure from the White House to post it or from anyone else. David?
Martha Raddatz with us again tonight. Thank you, Martha. President Trump finishing the week with a new round of executive actions, and one that could affect retirees across this country, and protections in place when it comes to your savings. The president calling for a change in the rules for how financial advisors handle your retirement savings. The president also pushing to make changes to Dodd-Frank, the law created after the 2008 financial crisis that saw the collapse of major banks. The president saying the law hurts small businesses.
Frankly, I have so many people, friends of mine, that have nice businesses. They can't borrow money. They just can't get any money because the banks just won't let them borrow because of the rules and regulations and Dodd-Frank. So we'll be talking.
There has been swift reaction. Senator Elizabeth Warren tweeting, President Trump, quote, talked a big game about Wall Street during his campaign, but as president, we're finding out whose side he's really on. So let's get right to our chief business correspondent, Rebecca Jarvis, because we do have an important question on this tonight. There were protections in these laws for Americans, retirees, and their financial advisors. If they had access to funds in multiple ways, they were to pick the way with the lowest fee for these retirees. Does that protection stay in place?
Well, David, this fiduciary rule was set to take effect in April. Now it won't. And the burden for anyone who's saving out there, remember, is still on you to ask about those costs, to ask about those risks, and to ask your financial advisor if they're getting commissions for certain recommendations.
So now you have to ask about the commissions and the fees.
As always, you do.
All right, Rebecca, thanks so much, and you'll stay on this. In the meantime, we move on to other news tonight, and the manhunt underway for the suspect throwing an explosive device into a crowded restaurant in Pasadena, California. The homemade device filling the Cheesecake Factory restaurant with smoke. Customers and employees scrambling outside to safety. Investigators say the device was designed to create a loud explosion without causing damage. Nobody was injured. Next tonight, the frightened 911 call from a little girl riding in her father's car. The 9-year-old saying her father was drunk behind the wheel and afraid they were about to crash. Here's ABC's Steve Osunsami.
Hello, is this 911?
Yes, it is. How may I help you?
I'm a kid, and I think my dad is drunk.
The tears in her voice break your heart. This 9-year-old girl was afraid for her and her sister's life.
I know my dad is drunk, and he's the only one driving, and I think I'm going to get into a wreck.
Are you in the car with him?
Yes, and he's driving really fastly.
Her father was still driving, and police were trying to find them.
I don't know where I am right now. Daddy, stop the swinging car. Stop the car. Go over somewhere.
Police say 36-year-old Wesley Bergner was driving with the kids from Atlanta to the Georgia coastline last weekend, and they say he was drinking along the way.
I don't want my dad to go to jail, but he is drunk.
Police arrested the father when he finally stopped at his mother's house. He's charged tonight with DUI and endangering the life of his children. David?
Steve Osunsami with us tonight. Steve, thank you. One more headline from Washington tonight, the final jobs report from the last administration, both President Trump and former President Obama taking credit. The Labor Department reporting 227,000 Americans found jobs last month, unemployment ticking up to 4.8%. There is still much more ahead on World News Tonight this Friday night. The Consumer Alert this evening, how phone scammers are trying to steal your information right from your computer at home, and you will hear the audio after the break. Also tonight, the home explosion in Georgia. One man killed in the blast. Authorities on the scene looking for that possible cause tonight. The scare at a daycare, a woman trying to park, instead slamming into the building, instead several children injured. And Mexican drug lord and notorious escapee El Chapo in court in New York City, that motorcade across the Brooklyn Bridge, tonight complaining about his prison conditions. A lot more news ahead.
Look at you, saving money on your Medicare Part D prescriptions. At Walgreens, we make it easy for you to seize the day by helping you get more out of life and Medicare Part D. Now with $0 copays on select plans and rewards points on all prescriptions, Walgreens has you covered. So drop by and seize the savings. Walgreens, at the corner of happy and healthy.
I will never wash my hair again.
I will never wash my hair again.
Now, I fuel it.
New Pantene doesn't just wash your hair, it fuels it with the first Pro V nutrient blend, making every strand stronger.
Don't just wash your hair.
Fuel it.
Fuel your hair, because strong is beautiful.
If you have moderate to severe plaque psoriasis, isn't it time to let the real you